This episode of Research Park TV is partially sponsored by FPL FiberNet, providing dedicated internet access, plus connections to the Florida Lambda Rail Research Network, and managed security services. If cybercrime is a concern to you, we should talk. And Daskell Bolton. Want to be part of one of the top 15 accounting firms in South Florida? Think Daskell Bolton. And also the Boca Raton Wyndham. Next time your parents come to town, send them across the street. It's so nice, they might just leave you alone.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller. Thanks for taking time to watch this edition of the Research Park TV. And first person that we're interviewing today is
in with the answer, the question and the answer. From your experience at Clemson and the International Center for Automotive Research, what is the benefit to a university in a region of a research park?
Well, from my experience with our International Center for Automotive Research at Clemson, I would say that the great benefit of that was to the university was it was really our translational research site. So we could take mechanical engineering, we could take civil engineering, we could take computer science, we could blend the disciplines together to work in a way that would allow the private sector to come and engage the university to get problems solved. The university is a relatively low-cost research and development operation for a company. A company can come in, get their R&D done without having to build the facility completely themselves, so they basically contract or rent the facility. And the other big important thing for companies was they got to watch students at work. They can see the students' behavior. The students is actually there on projects of relevance to the company, so they're becoming versed in the company's jargon as well as their problems that they need solved. And it's a two-way interaction. You're building something with the company's also building something with the institution, and we found it really prepared our students extremely well for the job market. So a student that's worked on a company project for 2 years, let's say, as a part of a degree program, ends up getting a job because they've been interviewing essentially with the company for the past 2 years. It was just a great asset to the university. Also, because of the type of logos you're working with, frequently you're working with large corporations that have reach back even into other countries. So you open the door for international work, you open the door for other locations around the country. It just gave students a vehicle that would never be there if that relationship with the corporate sector had not been in place.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller. Thanks for taking time to watch this edition of the Research Park TV.
And the last question, smile like it hurts. What areas do you want to see more university and industry collaboration?
I think there are a lot of areas where the industry and the university can collaborate in a more aggressive way. If you take our engineering fields, we have one of the world's few ocean engineering groups. So that's a unique niche. And if you're looking for some differentiating ideas, everybody knows about mechanical engineering, everybody knows about civil, electrical. But really, people maybe don't know that much about the Ocean Engineering Group. Perhaps the industry would see some benefits of thinking through projects that might be done with our Dania Beach campus and see a way in which they could benefit from a group that's very versed in the open ocean in engineering, ocean engineering. Another thing I think is a niche is when you think of almost the other end of the spectrum is think of things like neuroscience. Well, neuroscience can just be very basic laboratory science, but if you're trying to solve a problem of neuroscience, say an Alzheimer's problem or something like that, there's that translational piece that might lead to drug discovery. And drug discovery obviously is a part of what the private sector would be quite interested in, is a commercialization of a drug that might come out of a research project. So I think the university needs to hold hands with the private sector. We need to be doing translational types of research projects that have marketplace potential so that we could actually work with the company to build perhaps a new company or a new product out of our own research. It gives our students a place to really understand what the private sector is interested in. And I find around Florida Atlantic University there are a number of these academic pillars that the private sector could easily connect to and would be beneficial to their company, not only from the research side or the development side, but also from student recruiting side. Florida Atlantic University has got a long history of working closely with preparing students for the job market. I think today's student, the world is looking for a different kind of student, not just from Florida Atlantic, but from all universities. Looking for a student who's not only technically competent or competent in their coursework, but a student who has soft skills to go with it, the ability to lead, the ability to follow at the right time, the ability to do research, and understand that in research you fail so that you succeed. And you learn those tasks and those repeated things that cause you to be able to perform well after you leave the campus. How do you understand diversity if you haven't been around diversity? How do you understand how to accomplish a project regardless of obstacles if you've never tackled a project that had a lot of obstacles? How do you know what priorities to set when faced with a whole lot of priorities that other people have set for you? Which things do you choose first? What do you do when you're confronted with a really challenging person to work with to try to accomplish something? How do you handle those situations? So I think there are a lot of those things that they're not textbook. They come from experiences, they come from relationships, they come from things that the university can organize, such as undergraduate research projects or collaborative work that's not just blackboard type of teaching, but really collaborative teamwork that allow you to develop those soft skills, which really help you prepare not only for the job market, but for life.
Hi, Bill. Tell us a little bit about your company.
My company, Modulux Lighting, designs, manufactures, and sells commercial, industrial LED lighting fixtures.
So tell us about the business plan competition.
Business plan competition benefited our company in a few different ways. Probably the most important way is that it drove us to a new level in terms of starting out being a product, emerging into a business, and finally becoming a commercialized, fundable business, which the business plan competition certainly helped us with.
Why do you like being in the park?
I like being in the park because of the interaction between both other companies and the folks that they have, as well as advisors and people in the community that happen to stop in and help out with different ideas and improvements.
Tell us about the opportunities you have for kids on the campus.
The opportunities for students, right now we would like to hire a couple of students. My phone number, if they care to call, is 954-573-3049.
Well, that's it for this podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, please drop me a line and let me know. See you at the next one. This episode of Research Park TV is partially sponsored by FPL FiberNet, providing dedicated internet access, plus connections to the Florida Lambda Rail Research Network, and managed security services. If cybercrime is a concern to you, we should talk. And Daskell Bolton. Want to be part of one of the top 15 accounting firms in South Florida? Think Daskell Bolton. And also the Boca Raton Wyndham. Next time your parents come to town, send them across the street. It's so nice, they might just leave you alone.